Hello everybody, welcome to Savage Ink Studios. I'm your host Ink, and today is another sketchbook story time. So, today's sketchbook is a little messy because I've not yet made a sketchbook with the actual intent of putting it up here on YouTube, so this is just what my actual sketchbooks look like without the intention of like sharing it with the world. It's almost completely full and the pages are falling out, so I do have a new sketchbook coming in, and I'm going to try and make that one more organized for you guys so I will be able to review it better for you when it is finished. But this is what we're stuck with for now. So, yeah. Me and raptors and stuff. Sorry in advance for like the awkwardness. I usually have like more of a plan of what to say, but I guess I'm just gonna talk about my stuff. More raptor type things. In case you guys hadn't noticed, I'm like a hardcore Jurassic Park fan. Love me some dinosaurs. I know some of you out there have mentioned that you really like Perk Up Pat, and so do I. This is the first time I've ever made Perk Up Pat as like a cute character instead of a super scary, nightmarish type one. I apologize also for the weird graininess of my camera. I'm not sure what's up with it, but I do have another one coming in that's supposed to be better, so that's good stuff. I was very hungry this day, so I've got all these foods and stuff. There's some shrimp cocktail and burgers. Me and my kitty cat. This piece I was actually really proud of when I made it. Like him. Got some dude's funky hair, dude mermaid, and girl I knew in high school. I was just sort of like using her as like a inspiration. Yawning mermaid, sketches. Like I said, my next upcoming sketchbook, I'm going to try and make it like more organized with everything facing the same way, even if they're not finished pieces, so I don't have to keep on flipping it and everything. I was going for a weird like Genasi type of female something. I don't know how I feel about it. I actually started inking it and then changed my mind, so I don't know. Just some doodles I was making and coloring while I was watching Netflix. Little goblin girl. Some funky teal colored cat. Dinosaur eyeball. Random character. If you guys have watched my channel, you've already seen this piece because I actually made a speed paint on making her. I liked the line art a lot better than I liked the finished colored piece there. This is Savage Wolf and the Blue Phoenix. They are characters in a developing story in my mind. So, yeah, if you guys want to see more of their story, this picture is completely outside of their story because it's actually going to take place in like not a world where there is actually Halloween. So, just got some doodly stuff. There are days where I just don't know what to draw, so I kind of just let my hand do whatever it's doing while I'm distracted, and this is what happens. See, that's what I mean. My pages are all falling out. Got a little rat-a-tat. funky rodent skull of some kind. This was the one piece that I managed to make for Inktober, because I'm a bad artist, and feeling like I have to do something every day just makes me less inclined to do it. So, but I'm going to try next time really hard. Inktober. Yeah. This is not necessarily like a character specifically, but an idea specifically for the adventures of Savage Wolf and the Blue Phoenix. There's going to be like ecosystem monsters and female versions, so it's going to be like deserts, so she's made out of desert flowers and he's made out of a cactus. So, I can't get my fingers in there. And then this was, not that you can probably see it very well, but I was trying to make different designs for every different ecosphere. So, jungles and swamplands and forests and deserts would all have different kinds of like eco-monsters and stuff. And an unfinished scrappy of me and my critters. And more weird random doodlies. I have a weird fascination with pregnant people, because why not? I don't know if you can even see that. It's just something I was sketching that I saw outside my house. I'm going to try turning the light a little more away and see if that helps at all. Some color swatches and doodly doodles. This, okay, she didn't have a name up until like last week, so I'm very happy to announce that the cave woman has a name now, and so does her feline companion. This is Ire and Hero, and they're going to have their own story as well, as I'm sitting here totally fooling myself into thinking that I'm ever going to have time to actually sit down and get a story out with how busy I am. This was... I was going to try and make an animation for the like intro of this YouTube channel with, you know, me walking along with a bowl of spaghetti and then my bird making a loud noise, me like tripping and falling and dropping spaghetti all over the place, and I wanted this to be like the last image, but damn guys, animation is hard and I am lazy and it is time consuming, and you know, if I ever hit the lottery and don't have to work anymore, that might happen, but until then, I don't have that kind of time. This one, I believe, was also a recorded video. The Angel of Death one. Pretty sure I have that up on the channel somewhere. So, if you want to see the making. So, the next couple of pages for Ivy's birthday, I was going to draw her all of these pictures of us in like photograph style, I guess, in like a bunch of different places all over the world that she's always wanted to travel because we're broke and we don't travel. And so I thought it would be cool for her to be able to, you know, frame pictures of us in like Disney World and whatever, even though we haven't been there. But she didn't seem super psyched about it, so I kind of just stopped trying. Never ended up finishing any of them. She's always wanted to go to Canada for some weird reason. Nothing against Canada, just I don't get it. I don't really have a why or a story for this. This, again, was just my hands kind of doing their own thing and my brain doing other things. Long day of work. get your shit and get out while I'm holding my eyeballs. Not a good body day for me. Just trying to paper my feels, I guess. I am currently in the process of planning a collaboration with another YouTuber, and these are some sketched out ideas that I was thinking about for my half. I don't think that I've got a video of this one being done. Most of my better pictures you're probably not going to see being done because it is really hard for me to draw with a camera in my face. So when I get like a proper stand that doesn't show my face but shows my hands and isn't in my way, then you guys will be able to see me actually making pieces that I'm proud of. And I don't know what the hell happened here. It's just this weird like gremlin cat thing. I don't like it, but you know, it happened and it's there. This was the one of the travel photograph type Ivy pictures that I really wanted to expand on because I liked the idea of Ivy and Sweet Potato and Jelly Bean and me in Disney World and me like dying from the heat because I don't do heat. We had a couple of days of really warm weather and it made me really nervous because I am not ready for that yet, but it was just Mother Nature playing a joke on us. It's cold again. I'm good. This was my first like practiced attempt at like the one marker challenge. I didn't record it because it was only meant to be a practice session. I wanted to see how I could get different values and stuff with one marker and if this challenge is even something that I could successfully do. And while I'm not super pumped with how this turned out, I am going to try again, and once I feel like I've got the hang of it, then I will actually do the one marker challenge. And me and my sneaky poo. More just doodle bugging. I don't know why I call it that, but for some reason I can't just say doodling. I call it doodle bugging. It's another one of those pieces that I didn't expect it to be anything, but then it kind of was, so decided to ink it, because why not? Some of the better art pieces I've made were completely unplanned. This was one of my very first videos here on YouTube, doing this character here who has no name, and while I personally don't get the whole adoptables thing, I just think it's weird and I don't get it. I've actually considered putting her up as like an adoptable, because I have no intention of ever drawing her again. She was a fun character, but I don't have a story for her, so I don't know if you guys think that's a good idea, or if you think it's dumb, or if you're just confused by it like I am, you know. Drop whatever you think in the comments below. I know, it's a little early in the video for that. I'm supposed to say that at the end. These are all just like filling the page with. I think I was having a tough time drawing that day, and I just was doing things really small to try and make it look better. Some weird character thingy. And another weird character thingy. Okay, so you guys know, I have never read or watched or whatever it is, this Warrior Cats thing, but I see so much art for this Warrior Cats stuff that it like inspires me to want to make more cat drawings, even though I have no idea what this Warrior Cats thing is about. So yeah, there's that. I decided that I want to start drawing an angel demon mix on both sides, or angel demon the shoulder things, but not just having it be good and bad. I also kind of played with the idea of it being my male and female tendencies, because there are so many times that I approach a situation and my brain goes in two different directions at once sometimes, where like the guy side of me is like, do this, and then the female side of me is like, no, do that. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do, I'm so confused. So I thought maybe I would turn some of those into, mini comics or something. And critters, we got a red-eye crocodile, skink, and a dart frog down here, and a tarantula, and a scorpion, and a snake. Did a little chibi Medusa thing, and something incredibly disproportionate. Even not disproportionate, just angled really weird. I have a really tough time drawing people from like underneath their faces, and I've been trying to figure it out for years, and it's just not happening. This was my very, very first YouTube video. That one time I was a total dick. And I still don't like wash. Still don't. It's a pain in the dick to use. And these are all just like really light sketches. Iron Hero again. I really wish I'd been able to get this recorded, because I had so much fun making this, but at the same time it took me so many hours, and I was just so intent on it, and I absolutely love how this piece came out. It's one of my favorites in the sketchbook by far. Again, this Iron Hero, and as their story unfolds in my mind, I'll put little blurps out, probably on DeviantArt, unless you guys here on YouTube specifically show an interest in hearing their story. This one I probably am going to finish. It's another picture of Iron Hero. A little more interactive this time, because I usually just have them sitting next to each other. And a little dragon fetus egg thing. And blank pages. And blank pages. Funky drowning picture. Could tell I was overwhelmed with my life on that day. Picture of my dad that I never finished, because every time I try and draw my dad I get sad and stop. Got this on a speed paint, just some random characters on a day I was really struggling to come up with any ideas. More little concepts I had for the collaboration that will come out eventually. I do polymer clay stuff. Maybe I'll do a video and see how it goes over of me making some jewelry. I do that. You guys got to see the making of this picture. This one, I know it's really lightly sketched, but I like this, and I'll probably take this concept and, retry it again. It's just a dragon picture that I like the basic design for. This is my Art Snacks mystery box thingy. I was doing a little meet the artist thing, but then decided that I probably didn't want to do it as a chibi, and never finished it. These are the Eco Monsters again, just a little bit bigger. He's missing his spikes because I was lazy. I really wanted to do like a more realistic scarecrow type girl thing, and ended up getting overwhelmed and abandoning it, but I might come back to it. This was my first attempt at the one marker challenge, and it really put me off because I just didn't like it at all. And then I didn't realize that it had bled through onto the next page, onto something else that I had actually wanted to color. This weird, like, dragon raptor thing that I was really proud of, and I absolutely trashed it with something that I was absolutely not proud of, and that was really upsetting. I do have another inked dragon piece that I really want to color, but I also really don't want to wreck it, so I kind of just left it like that. And before you ask, it is, yes, mildly Game of Thrones inspired. Hey, look, guys, it's me. In a bunch of different thingies. Alright, so I'm going to explain this. The troll cat. If any of you guys are into fantasy books and don't mind writing that's like a little immature, it is probably considered like a young adult's book, like for teenagers, but I happen to really love it. It's called The Sea of Trolls, and it's the first book in a trilogy, and if you like fantasy books and can get past it being kind of, you know, for kids, then I highly recommend it. I still read it to this day as an adult, and I do tend to struggle more with like kids books, but I make an exception for this one because the character development is just incredible, and the world building is nice, and it's a fun read, so highly recommend. This is one of the characters or creatures in that book series. This one I actually just taped in. It was on a piece of scrap paper, but I didn't want to lose it, so I taped it into my sketchbook, my little Dart Frog watercolor. I don't know why I feel like every time that I try a new medium, except for gouache, my first attempt turns out better than any of my following attempts, so I just get the wrong idea of it, because I've done watercolor since then, and I haven't gotten a picture as good as that one since then. Just some weird little random character thingies. Terrible. Okay, so this, if it is in ballpoint pen, and it makes no sense, and the face is totally aged, it means I was on the phone while I was drawing. Because from the time that I was like 12 years old, for some reason, when I'm talking on the phone, I always pick up a ballpoint pen and I start doodling on whatever's near me. And every time that I do that, it ends up being usually some kind of like weird female that ends up super aged because I just keep on adding lines because I'm stuck in one spot. And that is the weirdness that happens. So yeah. More collaboration sketch things. Again, as soon as my first piece is done, everything after that kind of turns to poop. I tried doing another watercolor piece of, you know, an abalone shell with a little stand for it, and some sage, and a salamander, and some saffron, and a little frog, and some stones, and the star anise, and the candle, and it looks like it's for a kid's illustration book thing, so, meh. Just doing some weird tiger sketchy things. So, I don't know how it was exactly that I decided on drawing an old fisherman, but I decided to try and stray away from what I normally do, which is young women, so the opposite of that was an old man. And I really like to go fishing, but I'm also really glad that I don't have to fish to survive. So that kind of like spurned the idea for this old fisherman who only caught one tiny fish, and that's all he's going to have to bring home for his family, and it's very sad. And some weird random character design thing here on the side. and a seductive bird of some kind. She just is given those bedroom eyes at the screen, or paper, or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know where that came from. And that is the end of this sketchbook. And I'm going to do better for you guys from now on, I promise. But now you've had a look into what my art actually looks like when I'm just doing it for me, and when it's all messy and chaotic like the inside of my brain. So I hope you enjoyed all of my sketches, and I hope you enjoyed me sitting here talking awkwardly about all of my sketches. And I do have another video already recorded. I just have to do some audio for it, because it's the hard part. And I should have that up in a couple of days. Like, comment, subscribe, leave any suggestions or ideas, whatever, comment section below, blah, blah, blah. Check out my DeviantArt page if you want to interact in the polls and, vote on what you want to see here on the channel, or just, comment or whatever. And I will see you guys in the next one.